which is dividing fractions. You've done this before. You did all that multiplication stuff we just did. You did that in 5th grade and 6th grade, multiplying fractions. Not with positives and negatives. That's the only thing different this year. Okay? So, dividing fractions. I'm going to skip this sort. All right, DeAndre here has 3 oranges. 3 oranges, and each one is split into 4 parts. Each orange is split into 4 parts. Okay? Yeah, so I just did draw them, right? Draw them like that. 3 oranges split into 4 parts. Okay? So, why is it 3 divided by 1/4? What does that drive me to say dividing by 1/4? Oh, divided evenly into fourths. That's confusing. Never mind, I don't like that at all. Okay? All right, when you divide by a fraction, how many times does a fraction, a small number, go into a bigger number? Your answer is going to be bigger than the number you started with. Okay, how many times does 1/2 go into 2? 4 times, right? Because, it goes in 2 times into the first one and 2 times into the second one. So dividing by a fraction, a proper fraction, gives you a bigger answer. Okay? The way you do it mathematically is to change the division to a multiplication and flip the second fraction. Kind of like subtraction, where we did same, change, change. In division, we do keep, change, keep, change, flip, keep, change, flip. Flipping a fraction means take the numerator and make it the denominator, take the denominator and make it the numerator. Okay? That is called the reciprocal. When you flip a fraction, 2/3, the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. Okay? A reciprocal is what it's called, or the flip of the fraction. So you keep the first fraction, you change the division to multiplication sign, and you flip the second fraction. If it's not a fraction, you have to make it one. So 5 is the same as 5/1. So 1/3 divided by 5, 1/3 divided by 5 is the same as 1/3 times 1/5. Okay, and if you think about this, here's my 1. Okay, and here's 1/3. And if I divide this 1/3 into 5 equal parts, if I divide 1/3 into 5 equal parts, this is my answer. 1/3 divided by 5, and this is 1/15 of this whole circle. 1/15. 1/3 divided by 5. So this one is obviously dividing by a big number, not dividing by a fraction, right? 1/3 divided by 5 is the same as 1/3 times 1/5. Keep, change, flip. Positive and negative divisions, same as positive and negative multiplications. If the signs are the same, the answer is positive. The signs are different, the answer is negative. Three-fourths divided by negative 1/2. Keep, change, flip. 3/4 times 2/1. Keep, change to multiplication, flip the second fraction. Can I cross reduce? Yes, because 2 and 4 are both divisible by 2. That makes a 1. 4 is divisible by 2, makes a 2. So 3 times 1 over 2 times 1, 3 halves. Positive times negative. So it's negative 3 halves or negative 1.5. And again, you can change these to, this is kind of like 1 divided by 2, maybe, or 1 divided by 1. The answer should be about 1, not something strange. 3/4 divided by 1/4. Well, this one should be, you could do in your head. How many 1/4 can I put into 3/4? How many 1/4 are there in 3/4? 3. Right? So I mean, that was just like common sense. If you think about what division means, the answer to this is 3. But you could just write it down if you see that, okay? But if you can't, then we'll keep change flip to make it 3/4 times 4 over 1. Keep the first fraction, change the division to multiplication, flip the second fraction to 4 over 1. Cross reduce because I have 4s on the top and the bottom. So I can make them both 1s and multiply across, and I get 3 over 1. 3 over 1, which is 3. Keep, change, flip. That's division. Keep, -4/5. Change division to multiplication. Flip the second fraction. This one flips to 9 over 8. So it's 4/5 times 9 over 8. Keep, change, flip. Cross reduce. And I'll say, oh, I forgot to cross reduce. And I get 36 over 40. That's okay. You just have to simplify this. 36 and 40 are both divisible by 4. So this comes out to 9/10. It's okay if you don't cross reduce. You just have to reduce at the end. Okay? And always remember, because this is 7th grade now and not 5th or 6th grade, that you might have positives and negatives that you have to apply those rules. So this answer is -9/10. -9/10. What's the next one? Go ahead and work that one on your own. 1 1/4. -5/6 times -3 over 2. Keep, change, flip. Cross reduce if you are so inclined. Cross reduce. That's a 2. That's a 1. And I get 5/4. Negative times negative is positive. And 5/4 simplifies to 1 1/4. Not simplifies, changes to a mixed number. Okay? All right. Now, what do you think we're going to do with mixed numbers if we have to divide mixed numbers? What do we have to do with mixed numbers in order to divide them? Absolutely correct, Terry. That is right. Make them into improper fractions because we're going to have to multiply, and we can't multiply mixed numbers. You can't multiply mixed numbers. You can't multiply mixed numbers. Okay, which means you can't divide mixed numbers because every division problem we change to multiplication. So when you have a division of mixed numbers, you change them to improper fractions. The first step. Change the a mixed number to an improper fraction, and then keep, change, flip. So in the example, 3 1/3 is 10/3. Flip that to 3 over 10 and change it to multiplication and flip. Cross reduce. 3 and 3 both become 1s. Right? 2 and 10 are both divisible by 2. That becomes a 5 and a 1. You multiply straight across and you get 1/5. Positive divided by positive, so the answer is positive. This kind of makes sense. I mean, how many times does 3 1/3 go into 2/3? 2/3 is small, so 3 1/3 is not going to go in there very many times. It only goes in 1/5 of a time. Okay? All right, so 3 got it's here. 3 got it. 5 divided by 1 1/3. We'll do the first one together. 5 divided by 1 1/3. First thing I'm going to do here is what? First thing I'm going to do is, Chloe, change the mixed number 1 1/3 to an improper fraction. What is 1 1/3 as an improper fraction? 4 over 3. Perfect. Very good. Okay. Whoops. 4 over 3. So then we keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction at 5. Oh, make it a fraction. Make it 5 over 1, right? Change the division to multiplication. Flip the other fraction. 4/3 becomes 3 over 4. Can I cross reduce in this problem? 5 and 4. Anything go into 5 and 4?
20.
No. It has to be smaller, right? So you can divide by that number. So no, nothing. Nothing goes into 5 and 4. Nothing goes into 1 and 3 either, because 1 is already prime. They're all prime.
4 can go into 5.
No, it cannot. Not evenly.
It can go in 1.
Not evenly. Okay, so it doesn't divide evenly. So I can't change divide 5 by 4 and get a whole number. I can't do that. So the answer here is 15/4. 15/4 or 15/4, which is as a mixed number, 3 3/4. Positive divided by positive. Go ahead and do E and F. You should have this page, right? Shouldn't I? No? Oh, I'm sorry.
We started with 236. Sorry.
My fault. My fault.
Can we close our computers?
Yeah, I guess for a while. So we're done with the next lesson. Anyway, by Excel to do.
Okay.
Cross reduce, Miles. Come on, do some cross reducing. I mean, these numbers are small, so yeah, you can do it that way. When you get the problems with big numbers, if you're not used to just like, especially some of these numbers that are doing like you, if you're not used to reducing all the time, you're gonna end up getting ridiculous big numbers that you're gonna need a calculator for.
I'm not
If
used
you
to
cross
it.
reduce, you don't need a calculator.
Show me how to cross reduce.
Good, okay. Now keep, change, flip. Keep, so the first fraction stays the same, that's keep. Then the division changes to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. Yep, now multiply. Cross reduce if you want to. What is that? Where did that come from? Did you just flip this 1/2? Yeah, but this is 1 1/2, right? The first thing you have to do is convert this mixed number to an improper fraction before you do keep, change, flip. 1 1/2 as a fraction. As a fraction, 1 1/2 as an improper fraction. This is not a fraction, this is a mixed number. No, what about the 1? 1 1/2 is the same as how many halves? One and a half is the same as how many halves? 3
3 halves, right? Multiply 1 times 2 and add 1, right? We've been doing this for quite a while. So it's 3/4 divided by 3/2. Remind me today in block 3, we're going to do improper fraction to mixed number conversions. Olivia, you have nothing. Why have you nothing?
I have that one, well, no.
What do you do? Example. First, rename the improper fraction, the mixed number as an improper fraction. So rewrite the problem with the mixed numbers written as an improper fraction.
What?
Do you have a mixed number in this problem?
Yes.
Can you rewrite that mixed number as an improper fraction? Go ahead and do that. Right, rewrite the problem. With the mixed. So it's 3/4, negative 3/4 divided by 3/2. Rewrite the problem. Don't just write 3/2. That's
I know.
confusing. What are you doing? Oh, that's a division sign. Sorry, I thought it looked like a fraction. This, it's Dr. Seuss week.
Oh, God.
Dr. Seuss's birthday tomorrow. I have 2 Dr. Seuss ties, so I wore the first one today. I will wear another one tomorrow.
That's their pet fish, isn't it?
Correct, it's the Cat in the Hat. The pet fish at the Cat in the Hat house.
Yeah,
He was very upset with what the cat's doing all the time.
that movie is really, really funny.
Yeah. Yep. All
Anyway,
right, I think that's enough time for these.
that's what it's doing.
I'm gonna show everybody now. Look at the examples. When you go to do problems, look at the problems that have already been done for you and do the same steps. Rename 3 1/3 a fraction greater than 1, an improper fraction, right? 3 1/3, and down here, 1 1/2 becomes 3 halves. So it's negative 3/4 divided by 3/2. Then multiplied by the reciprocal, that's keep, change, flip. So negative 3/4 times 2/3. You could cross reduce the 3's here, or you get negative 6/12, which simplifies to negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 for letter E. Letter F, 2 1/3 divided by 5. 2 1/3 I make into, yes? The final answer? Okay, what is it?
2 and 1/15. Dang it!
Close.
I got that.
All right, so convert 2 1/3 to an improper fraction, that's 7/3. Divided by 5, convert that to an improper fraction, 5/1. 7/3 divided by 5 is the same as multiplying by 1/5. 7/3 times 1/5 is 7/15. No cross reducing available in this one. 7/15. Okay? So that's dividing fractions and dividing mixed numbers. This IXL topic I gave you guys on Thursday, but no other classes got this one. So you might have already done some of these, but now you have this assignment.